Welcome back to another. Sorry. Okay, welcome back.
All right, I got it this week. Yo.
Welcome back to another week of the Both Sides Podcast. This is Jeje here with Chima.
Yo, she needs to get canceled, guys. If you guys need if somebody wants to do a podcast, there's a slot open. I don't know, she's acting up this week. But yeah, guys, thank you for listening in, checking back in. My name is Chima. I guess Gloria already introduced herself. If you guys didn't hear,
Gloria.
That's Gloria.
Jeje.
But we want to thank you for tuning back in. Yeah, I don't know. Gloria got to be drunk or something. But yeah, I mean, let's hop into it. This week was very interesting. A lot to talk about. I think
niggas
this week's
was cheating.
episode. Wow,
that's it.
There you go. That's our main topic today, guys. She pretty much introduced it, but this week was really interesting. Let's I guess we could get into it. How was your week?
Week was good. Had a little work trip out of shore, so that was fun.
I know I saw you a couple hotels on Snapchat. I was wondering if you were like meeting up with somebody, like probably getting dick, but I guess
no, everything with you goes back to dick. It's like, oh, I can't even do nothing without it. It'd be like, oh, I'm going here. Oh, is there a dick? Who's sneaky?
You be mad sneaky.
How?
Every time you're looking at her phone, texting and smiling. Next thing, I gotta go somewhere. I'll be right back.
That's a lie.
Mm-hmm.
That's a lie. So every time it's always, oh, you answer date, you doing this, you doing that. Like, damn, people can't chill nowadays.
I'm just trying to help you out, though. I just want anybody to be happy.
Are you happy?
I'm good. Anyway, we're talking about your week, Gloria.
So that was my week. So
you went on a work trip?
Yeah, it was the whole week. So that was my week.
I'll tell you guys about my lovely week. So after the podcast last week, we got to talking with our engineers here. The owner, the big boss man of Spaces Podcast Network.
No, it's Spaces Productions. Get it right.
Oh, Spaces Productions, Spaces Podcast.
No, that's not the name. It's
baby.
Spaces Productions.
Spaces Productions. But we're talking to the big boss man. Just having a casual conversation, and we're talking about going vegetarian and trying to be vegan, and I stay away from cheese and drinking water. He was telling us about how he stayed. He went 55 days just drinking water.
That
shit.
I can't even go to 6 hours, bruh.
So I'm like, so this was on a Saturday, right? We recorded Saturday. So Sunday, I'm like, Sunday started work week. I'm like, you know what? Fucking on, baby. I got this. 30 days, just water. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to start drinking. When I got myself a nice big gallon of water, started drinking. Hour 1, boom, knock that shit out. Hour 2, boom, knock that shit out. Hour 2.5, nigga was fucking hungry. And guess where I went?
Chick-fil-A.
See, you're not a Chick-fil-A fan because Chick-fil-A is closed on Sundays. You would know that. Exactly.
I do know that.
I went straight to my fridge, dog. Got something to eat. Why, nigga, guess what? Ain't no water diet for me, baby.
Oatmeal, banku. Oh, no, you guys don't eat banku. Oatmeal, fufu. Sorry.
I eat oatmeal fufu, but...
Yeah. Oh, you eat banku too?
No. Anyway, for those who don't know what banku is some nasty Ghanaian
I
meal.
know. You're not talking when you guys have moi moi, and that shit is so... That's your buzz? Or is that Nigerian?
It's there for everyone. Yorubas call it moi moi. Igbos will say mai mai. It's like a bean cake in a sense. So
it is so nasty.
It's so
as long as y'all got that, you're not coming at banku. Ooh, with some pepper. Ooh,
anyway,
with some sardines.
Getting off topic. So I started that to start my week. So I was like, you know what? Let's take baby steps. Let me just start to drink more water and put more water in my diet. So now I started drinking a big gallon of water. I started staying away from sugar and soda. I'm trying to stay away from alcohol too, as much as I can. But if I do drink alcohol, I just drink straight. No
mixed
pineapple,
drinks.
no mixed drinks because that's a lot of sugar. So that was the start of my week. Then I went to work. Work was work. Got cursed out by people who feel like they were getting hacked. I deal with a lot of crazies at work, but got that done. What happened after that? So
that does not make your week any more interesting than mine. Basically, you just stated that you're a failure because you couldn't last one day just drinking water. And now you got cursed out at work.
I mean, if you really want to go this episode throwing shots, nigga, we can start this.
Oh,
right,
Chima,
Chima,
don't play with me.
All right, Gloria. I know you got fans that be listening to this show. I'm not going to embarrass you. Anyway, back to my week though. But it was work. Then today we were like, let's record the podcast and meet up with our lovely guys at Spaces Productions. Now we're here.
Yo, you sound like a fucking like a game show host. Like Spaces Productions. Like what?
Well, we're here, but this week was especially interesting for our celebrity friends and our favorite Dorito flavored president.
Why you call him Dorito flavored?
He's orange.
Yeah, but I feel like nacho cheese is the only one that's like really orange.
Doritos aren't orange. When you look at your fingers,
look at Cool Ranch. Cool Ranch is not that orange.
So I have a question though, like real quick, just before we do get into like the stuff here. I saw on Twitter today somebody was saying when her boyfriend is in her or something like that, she licks herself off him, right? So I'm just thinking like, so where did that come from? Where girls feel like they could put their fingers inside their vagina and lick themselves? Like, you know how, like, you know, girls want to be nasty and shit on FaceTime and shit like that. And porn, they stick their fingers in their vagina and then come on and do that seductive face and lick their fingers off. Like, because if a nigga try to do that, right? Just imagine you, like, being a dick. They
Oh my God.
they try to lick your fingers like, baby.
I wanted, like, so, have you ever, like, tasted your semen before?
Fuck no.
Oh, I don't know if people do that. Like, I don't know if that's a thing. Like, just to see, it's like, oh, I wonder, like, what the girls are tasting like. Does it taste like battery acid, or does it taste like I've been drinking water and eating my veggies type thing? No,
that's disgusting.
Why? It's from your body.
So what? That's shit disgusting. Shit is from your body. Is that not disgusting?
Yeah, but then so why should a girl like have to like?
I didn't say she has to. I'm asking you why they do and why people.
Oh, I don't know. I think they just trying to be sexy. You know, you sexual. You just wanted
like,
to.
Isn't that weird though? Like you put your finger in your vagina. Like there's this whole gooey goo that comes out and you put it in your mouth and try to be sexy. Do you do that, Gloria?
I don't do anything.
Okay, I'm just wondering. Anyway,
moving right the fuck along. Anyway, thank you.
But yeah, if you guys know, please hit us up on the Ask Both Sides podcast Twitter page.
No, I want to know if any people have tasted and semen before, just to see how it's.
Guys, you can send that to Gloria's DM. don't put that on because I will find you and block you. But yeah, I do want to find out why girls do that. Like, where did that fantasy come from?
I think it's just them being sexy. Like, it's like a whole lot of shit that you do during sex. Like, where did it come from? Like, someone did it like that.
It's one thing. Like, I wouldn't mind, you know, that for me.
You wouldn't mind what for you?
But like, I mean, like tasting the girl. But for me to try to taste myself, I don't know, it's just weird because
so you taste somebody else before you taste yourself.
I wouldn't taste myself, period. But I'm just saying, like, it's.
But like, why not? Is it the fact of just your bodily fluids in your mouth?
I just can't imagine touching. I just can't imagine I beat my dick and then trying to lick my hands like.
No, it's like a leg. Maybe you put like you dipped your finger like this, and you did like.
That's disgusting. Would you find that attractive if you're FaceTiming a guy and said, "Look at my nut"?
No, I didn't say anything about him doing it.
Okay.
I'm saying like in the privacy of your own home, ain't nobody gonna know if you did that or not. I just want to know if that's the thing.
That's disgusting. Anyway, please let's move on. There's we got a few things on the table here. Going to our lovely Dorito colored president, Donald J. Trump. King supremacist, son of KKK member, and ruler of the free world.
That's so scary.
Yeah, it's weird. He was at an African healthcare summit this week with African leaders, and you know, talking about healthcare and how Nigeria and Ghana and all these countries beat Ebola and they took care of it, so to reduce the world spread, I guess, of Ebola. And he came and started talking about Namibia. Now, if you guys know much about Namibia is not really that much. It's I'm pretty sure
it's South Africa.
It's in South Africa, but very few people really know about it. It's not like an everyday African country like Ghana or South Africa and stuff like that.
I'm glad you said Ghana
and Nigeria at most. You know, for the most part.
Bye.
So our president, on multiple occasions, pronounced Namibia as Nambia.
Wait, isn't Nambia?
There's no country called Nambia.
No, I know that, but I'm saying, didn't they use that name in like a movie or something?
I won't be surprised. I mean, if it's close.
It sounds like they used that name.
And you know what's so crazy about it is that after he mentioned it multiple times, in my head I was like, you know, there's no way a president would mispronounce a country. Let me go check and see whether I know the continent I'm from. I went and searched this shit up to make sure that I wasn't tripping. this nigga on multiple occasions mispronounced Namibia to African leaders. It's not like he was talking to maybe his cabinet or something or his group of friends, slipped up a couple times. You are on a world stage at the United Nations with African leaders, and you then decide to pronounce one of their countries incorrectly.
Yeah.
Multiple times. If this doesn't show how much respect he doesn't have for the continent, I don't know what necessarily would. Then he follows up and goes to say, oh yeah, I have friends who are going to Namibia to go, they're going to go invest and stuff like that. And the only thing that came to my head was like, these niggas about to go rape that country.
Of course. Well, but what's their main resource in Namibia?
Namibia, Gloria, please don't pull it Donald Trump.
No, he said Namibia. That's different because honestly, it does get a little tricky when you're saying it, like Namibia, Gloria. Namibia. It's first of all Namibia.
I'm just gonna act like she's not African, guys.
That's not my fault. Some words don't fall easy on my tongue.
Namibia. I bet that dick do though. Woo! We back, baby. Let's go.
I know you're not over there. I'm gonna really keep it the fuck cute because anything I say afterwards.
But guys, I really brought that up just because one, I don't like Donald Trump, and you tend to pick on the little things that the people you don't like do. So I just want to say another week of fuck Donald Trump and the white supremacists. But I also wanted to bring that up to segue into the next thing that happened this week. Him also saying that his friends go to Namibia, are going to Namibia to invest in the country or whatever, or create jobs or whatever they plan on doing, kind of got me thinking as to how a lot of the foreigners go to these African countries and pretty much rape and pillage exactly their natural resources and use them for I guess their own benefit without the country really benefiting. This week was the Bloomberg Global Business Forum. If you guys know, Bloomberg is it's owned by Michael Bloomberg, former mayor of New York, and a man with a lot of money. So he had I guess I don't know if it really just started, but this was one for this year, which was the same week as this week was United Nations. I guess they had a summit or so with different nations. Yeah, so. It was the best time for him to have some leaders come and speak as to trying to find out ways to keep the economy of the world going and keep it sustainable. Which got me thinking. They had speakers like the president of France, President Macron, who I really don't like whatsoever.
Fuck him.
Who was supposed to be like this young guy who was supposed to, I guess, revolutionize the world and stuff like that, give a different thing to the West and shit like that. They had Aliko Dangote. He's I believe, if I'm not mistaken, the richest black man, legally the richest black man, because I know niggas in Nigeria that are a lot richer than him. And other partners like Jack Ma, who's the owner of Alibaba. For all you ladies who order weave and stuff, you guys would know. Jack Ma.
Yeah, because his other site is AliExpress.
There we go. And it got me thinking as to how, a lot of these people that spoke, including the Saudi royal family, the Saudi royal prince, they were talking about, how they want to make this the world sustainable economically and things like that. But a lot of the people that were speaking, they were people who go around the world and pretty much screw people over, who own major corporations, who are part of countries who are, don't care about the younger, these countries in Africa and stuff like that. Like, how do you go ahead and, I guess, how do I take that something seriously? It's nice to be in a room full with all these, CEOs, all these smart people. But if I know on the back end that they are pillaging and taking away from the African continent, how do I take them seriously as people who are going to keep the world economically sound? It sounds like it's more so for the West.
Yeah, it is for the West, because they think they're going to keep it economically sound by raping other countries.
And by things that you have people like Aliko Dangote, who's Nigerian. obviously probably he doesn't suffer as much as the rest of the country because of his money. But how do you take these people seriously who are constantly taking from the people who really need it, who are really providing this wealth for the world? And that's just one thing that kind of just was in my head this whole week, and which is part of I say my week was entertaining because this was part of the whole thing, compared to yours. But I don't know. It just got me thinking, and I just wanted to bring it up and just talk about it on the podcast. Is how the lack of respect that a lot of these nations have or a lot of these people have for our people. Coming from this podcast, we do want to bring you both sides. It's coming from an American perspective as well as an African perspective, and to see that a lot of these things that are being done in America and the West aren't necessarily helping, our people. How do we go ahead and take back and work to make our people economically sound?
I wonder if, I guess, like the brain drain, how that plays a part in terms of trying to prevent people from, I guess, taking advantage of Africa's resources.
I mean, it definitely plays a major role because, I mean, you can see now most people that work here or are here that are African would rather want to work for these big companies, and I can't blame them. They want to work for Shell, they want to work for, I guess, JP Morgan Chase, they want to work for all these big names, who essentially are killing the country that where we so claim to love. We so the continent we so claim to love and so claim to care about. And it's like eventually we're gonna need to go back and start to work on these things. But when do we do that? How do we do that? Because I know for a fact if you speak out, nigga, you dying.
Right. I think we need to go back now. Like I think it's been a long time coming. Only because for a lot of times, because of the fear of speaking out and things like that has prevented a lot of people from really moving forward in a corruption and things like that. But I think if we always use that mentality, like, oh, if something happens to us, then we're just not really going to do it, then we'll never do it. And we'll end up being in the same position, even though we got our independence, a lot of countries around the same time, like 50, 60 years ago. Progress has been made, but not to the point, not significant progress, I feel like, to the point where I know that a lot of our countries can be at.
Bro, it pains me because I know how great Africa can be.
Nigeria has oil, like, bruh.
Nigeria has oil, and because of that oil, they're possibly going to go through another probably civil war. There are a lot of people dying right now. The Nigerian government is killing. They're killing a lot of people in my mom's area right now because that area they want to break off. They want to break off and create their own country, Biafra. If you guys aren't aware of that. But yeah, I think that's probably going to be another episode to talk about that. But Nigeria is definitely going through some issues right now because of oil, and it just pains me to see that we can't let go of the petty differences and make the continent great. For some reason, we just have this individualistic mentality where everybody wants to get for themselves and not care about what's going on in the entire continent and wants to see and work for the future. Everybody's ready to sell the country to the next, pretty much the next foreigner,
the highest bidder.
And if they want to do that, I'm all for it. I keep saying on a daily basis, if you guys are not going to do something with Nigeria, nigga, break that shit up and sell it to somebody who would make use of it. Ghana and all these other countries are doing a lot better than Nigeria right now. But
Ghana. I mean, we still got a long way to go, but I think also too is that whole Western mentality and how much that has really affected us too. But that's another topic. I feel like for another day that we could really delve into all those.
Yeah, we're done. I think when it does come to speaking about the problems in Africa, I think we should have like possibly a guest host on here. Maybe one of our first ones. We'll see though. But yeah, moving on to nigga news.
Damn. Is it nigga news or is it?
I mean, she want to be a nigga so bad, might as well. Nigga news. She pregnant, bruh.
Honestly, I'm a little sad that she's pregnant before Chloe.
And when I say she, we mean Kylie Jenner, guys. Yeah. To give you a little context, we got news from TMZ. I don't know.
Why you say we got news? Like we got the hot take. They hit our lines directly.
Yeah, I don't know if I guess it's TMZ a reputable source.
Yeah.
I guess so.
For celebrity gossip,
news. Yeah.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Apparently she's pregnant, and her baby daddy is who?
Travis Scott, which is so sad because it's like, don't get him caught up in the foo-foo. First of all, he got caught up in the foo-foo by dating a Kardashian or Jenner, sorry. Then it's like, now she's pregnant.
She's only 20, yo.
Yeah, that's pretty young.
So, I mean, and I said that on Twitter. So I was going back and forth with Serene. Shout out to Serene. She's part of the Biff podcast. You guys check that out. I was listening to Serene, and it was just it's interesting. It was interesting because she was saying that yeah. Are you good? Yeah. He's making this face at me. Anyway, we're talking to Serena. I was saying that she was a little too young to be pregnant. She's 20, and at first Serena was like, fuck, what she said? I can't remember exactly what she said, but
I think I saw a little bit about it. But like, she has money or something.
Yeah, I mean, something to that effect. That she also makes grown up decisions. Mm-hmm. She's pretty much not your average 20-year-old, and
which is true. I agree with that.
Which makes sense. But my only thing is that I guess money is great because it does alleviate one major pressure from raising a child. Right? You don't have to worry about daycare. You don't have to worry about baby food, clothes, and shit like that. But I think also a stable environment to raise a child is important. Not saying that.
So they're unstable?
I mean, I don't know who would categorize the Kardashians as a stable family. I mean, I guess they have
a lot of people got a lot of issues in their family too.
I mean, yeah, they shouldn't be having children either. But it's really interesting to me though that when I saw it, the first thing that came to my mind was, wow, it's a child about to raise a child. Like, this is somebody who's still, and don't get me wrong, like, mothers should still go out and party, should still go out and enjoy themselves. But to me, she just seems like she's still in that mindset where it's like, this is a selfish time, right? This is this time for me. This is not time to be really raising a child. But at the same time, I don't know who she is, right? I don't know her. Maybe she did want a child, or maybe she didn't. Mm-hmm. It's just weird. It's really weird.
Honestly, I'm not. This is gonna sound fucked up, but I just felt like she kind of got to a point like she was kind of like bored with like everything because she has it all in a sense. Like, she has the money, she has a house, she got the car, she could do whatever she wants. She travel all over the world. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, I feel like, okay, what else? You know what I'm saying? Well, why not have a child? That brings a whole nother meaning to your life that I feel like she hasn't had.
So she had a child before Chloe, bro.
That's what I'm saying. It makes me a little sad because Chloe was really trying. I really wanted her to have a baby. So that's how I feel about that.
Maybe she's fucking people that have low sperm counts.
Ooh, shitting blanks?
Probably.
You know something about that?
My pull-out games, they won, bro.
I didn't say anything about it.
Ask me about me in these streets, bro.
I'm not asking nobody a goddamn thing.
It's like, I don't even have sex. I'm a virgin. Mm-hmm. I'm saving myself for marriage. My wife is gonna take my pop my cherry. You know.
Yo, what?
My wife is gonna pop my cherry.
I thought you said cherry. I was like, what is a cherry?
You think
niggas don't get their cherries popped?
They don't?
No. It's just, I feel like it just happens. It's just a thing that happens to you guys. You know. Personal opinion.
Okay. Anyway, but do you think Travis used a condom?
Nigga, clearly not. She pregnant. Duh.
Why? People that have, I mean, I'm sure there are people who have used condoms that the condoms are broken.
Yeah, but I doubt they were using condoms. I'm pretty sure they didn't use condoms.
So I wonder how Tiger feels.
Who cares? Like, they're not together no more. You know what I'm saying? It's
so wild because Travis definitely got the post-operation Kylie. That baby about to be looking real pre-operation.
I think the baby might come out.
Yeah, because they're both ugly though. 2 negatives canceled out.
Wow.
It's like math, you know. -2 times -2.
Give you a positive. Oh my God. No, that's terrible. No.
I just pray that baby is good. Obviously that baby is definitely gonna be good financially.
I don't think like that baby should be raised up like in the fame type of like that spotlight like they were raised up. That's why I feel like Kylie's still kind of like a little like fucked up in the head, because it's like her whole life, or like most of her life, has been on TV and like in the public eye and stuff, and like that thing does a number to you. Like imagine like you're super young and then there's like all these opinions and people, and like people who think they have an opinion on your life even though they don't really know.
So you think she has
what's
good
going
pussy?
On?
You think her vagina's like wet?
Yo, I cannot. Like, you want to fuck her and find out?
I mean,
like,
nah, I can't do that.
Give us a report when you do that, because I do not care. Like, whatever's going on there.
But you know, you ever look at somebody and just wonder if they have some like good dick or good pussy? I think I'm a good judge of character for good pussy though. Like I could tell you the characteristics.
What?
Vegans have good vagina.
Okay.
Vegans, vegetarians have good vagina. People who work out, fit fam, who like really in the gym, because like fit fam box is lit, bro. They be like, it's like because the vagina be like lifting weights too, so that shit can clench your dick.
How do you, Chima? How you know?
Then natural girls with natural hair have good vagina, who use cocoa butter and shea butter. So and shit.
You're basically describing the whole female population, because there's plenty of vegetarians, there's plenty of vegans. A lot of girls got natural hair, and
there are a lot of babies out here. That means a lot of people got a good vagina.
So that's pretty much that.
I don't listen. The way I see it, all girls with babies have good vagina. Huh? It's like, no, I'm joking. That's
I was about to say, do you know how?
Well, I always wonder though. They should be. I think there should be like there should be like an indicator. I think there was an indicator.
As to what? So what constitutes as
have a good
pussy to you? No.
Oh, it's good pussy. I mean, women really don't do much in bed anyway, though. I think it's just lay.
Who lays? Speak for the people that you've encountered.
You got good knees, Gloria?
I did not say that.
I think
I did not say anything like that. I just said that.
Get up, Gloria, lines, guys.
Yo, the way I'm looking at you right now, like,
oh bruh, man,
what I'm saying is that
Gloria, you just don't lay there. That's what you're saying.
Yo,
what you be doing, Gloria?
I don't do anything.
Let the streets know.
I don't do anything.
Go ahead, let them know, Gloria.
I don't do anything. I'm talking about what you got going on, which is what you said was good. Whatever you said, women don't really do much, right? They just lay there, and I said, how is that even true?
How is that not true?
So.
Y'all, listen,
they
guys
just laying there, and you just so fucking mesmerized.
Either lay there or arch their butt up. Yeah, most of y'all can't have a damn arch. You'll be looking like fucking. That arch be fucking terrible.
Looking like you know what the
look like you're doing back raises.
You know when like a cat gets scared and they like. Their whole back be rounded out.
That's exactly that, bro. Oh my, listen, man. God, Lord. Yo, oh my gosh, man. You guys, Jesus. That's
Yo, I'm really dying and I don't know why. Man. Anyway, all I'm saying is I highly doubt, like, girls do all types of things, okay? It's sometimes, they're on their knees or whatever.
I mean, sucking dick is the most, like, I guess that's where you really show your talent with the sucking dick. Because what constitutes as good pussy is more so how wet it is. That's really what it comes down to. How wet it, I guess you could throw it back too, but if you throw it back dry vagina, that shit's gonna hurt. Like, it's not gonna feel good at all. Yeah, man. Eat your veggies, man. Fellas, eat your vegetables too.
I was about to say, because it's definitely one-sided, but on the other side of it, like I said, if you're semen, and it goes back to the conversation we had earlier, tastes like battery acid and like that whole thing. Maybe like, you know, that whole thing with Easton Daniel, maybe that's why she ducked. Maybe she like smelled something, like it wasn't like a little off or whatever. Because if you're not eating your vegetables, if you're not in the gym or whatever, and you trying to be all up in somebody's mouth or whatever, talking about, oh, I like when she swallows or some shit. Ain't nobody swallowing no fucking shitty ass semen. That's what I heard though. Like, I don't know, but I think. Anyway, I'm just saying that men have to take care of themselves too. It's not only the ladies, but ladies take
That's true. We gotta be in the gym. Vegetarian.
You gotta be in the gym too. You gotta eat healthy. All that pork and shit that you guys be eating and stuff.
I don't eat pork anyway, so I don't gotta worry about that. Don't eat meat either. Woo!
You sure about that?
I don't eat.
Because I heard.
You heard what?
Anyway, so let's talk about Kevin Hart and this whole.
I guess that's the main topic. That's probably the highlight of the week. This thing came out with that Instagram video.
Yo, I swear to God. Okay, I'm chilling and I see mad stuff about Kevin Hart. I'm like, yo, what is going on with Kevin Hart? I see the video. I was like, yo, I legit would be so livid if I don't even care. Like, obviously they talked about it before for him to like put out a video. I don't care what image you're trying to save. You're not putting no video out about, oh, I'm trying to, I got to fess up to whatever. Nigga, you ain't fess up to shit. You just said I got to fess up to whatever.
And that's the point I was trying to make. That's what point I was trying to make this week. Like, why would you put that out in the world? Like, obviously, I'm pretty sure maybe it's been out for some time, right? Where, they knew about it. Because I think the taping happened at Vegas weekend or so. When during the Floyd fight or whatever. So, he must have found out about the video then. I'm sure Nico probably found out about it around that time too. So this was more so trying to repair that image, making sure that, when the public, if it does come out, that he explains his side to the world or whatever. That wasn't necessary. Excuse me. That wasn't necessary because, nigga, you don't owe the world shit. If that was me and that came out, I said, listen, honey, baby, I'm worth $200 million.
Is he worth $200 million?
He's worth some shit. Like, baby, I'm worth a lot of money. Okay. This video came out. I know you're pregnant, but we could work through this. Okay. I just want to let you know that this is going on. It was an accident. She caught me slipping. I was just
who slipping?
I was just trying to give her a helping hand. And my dick accidentally fell in her. Okay. Because we all know that black men don't cheat.
Get the fuck out of here with that shit. First of all, it makes me laugh. It's so fucking irritating at the same time when they're like, black men don't cheat. Because we know you guys are like one of the worst. 2.
Wow.
It's true. 2. No, I have to go back to the video because first of all, actually, scratch all that. First of all, cheating on somebody while they're pregnant, like it's one thing to just cheat regular, whatever. But I feel like
I don't understand that.
Why like, when somebody's pregnant?
That's the point everybody's making. Oh, she's pregnant. She's pregnant. But and I get the emotions. I guess that's where you guys are making.
Yeah,
to me,
but
like cheating is cheating.
Cheating is cheating. But I just feel like it's really fucking vile to do that while somebody's pregnant. Like I'm really sitting here carrying a child. Like my ankles are swollen, my face is swollen. I could barely bend over to do half the shit I need to do, and you telling me that you decided to, while I'm sitting at home carrying our child, that you have to go.
You ever thought
get
that?
Some,
okay, I'm going to put a pin on that point, but I do want to say back to what I was the point I was making about keeping it under wraps, right? It's like I don't want to make. First of all, I've already made my wife look crazy, right? By obviously cheating with this girl, right?
Pregnant.
Now with this video coming out. And everybody finding out, it makes her even look crazier because just 2 weeks before, she was online with his ex-wife. How they were talking about the whole, on Instagram, making it so public. Then now, and come to find out, like you were the one. Not really come to find out, but you were the one that he cheated with, with his ex-wife.
But we knew that.
I mean, we all knew that. But like having all these things together, right? Then I come out and tell the world, oh yes, that I'm not perfect. I've made these things. Like, nigga, shut the fuck up.
Son.
Shut the fuck up and keep it in house. Let the world know. Even if that video came out, you deny. I wouldn't
even say I wouldn't even address that video. Shit.
I wouldn't address that video. I would take that shit straight to the FBI, just like he did. I'll take that shit straight to the FBI and let her know, yo, she's trying to get that money out of me. X, Y, and Z. But apart from that, if that video was after come out, don't say shit. You deny. Nigga, that's not
because I feel like if it's to save face, what face did he save? That's my point. Okay, so he admitted that he's done some things that he didn't even fess up to in the video. Okay, but where did that save you? Like, how? No, what you did is embarrass your wife. First of all, ain't no nigga that's 5'4" gonna be out here playing me like that. Oh my goodness, I swear.
His money makes him 6'5".
His money can make him
$120 million.
No, that's very true. That's very true. But I'm still, I couldn't get past it. I swear to God, every day I look at him and his little midget ass, I'll be like,
he probably got big dick though. You never know.
He probably does. That's not the point. The point is, I got like a whole 3 inches on you, and you sitting here talking, and we look past that because obviously, you know, you're getting stuff together, whatever, and you are over here giving out community dick on some shit. Honestly, and then you want to apologize on Instagram because you're trying to save face, but that didn't matter to you, obviously, with everything else, and then you got the nerves, and then Anika looks crazy, and see, I want to defend her so bad, but the only thing is that the week before or a couple weeks before, you was out here saying all this stuff, and now it's like, damn.
I feel bad for her.
I feel bad for her just for the fact that she's pregnant. It
makes her look so crazy. Like I said, I don't get that whole pregnant thing, but here's the thing: have we ever thought that maybe Kevin was trying to do some community service? Here, you made it.
But his dick.
Listen, you made a valid point. She's pregnant. She could barely bend down. You know, he has his needs too. He probably wanted to fuck, but didn't want to put too much stress on her, and said, "You know what, honey? I'm just gonna go get this vagina accidentally listen, to keep you stress free and keep me up and agile to get this money keep coming in." But no, everybody wants to just think, oh, black men cheat.
They do, clearly. And the thing is, no, I was done because you know how they had the snippet of the Breakfast Club interview going around when he was like, "Oh, she's my rib. Oh my God, I really found the one nigga." Like, stop. I mean, first of all, I mean, he did find the one, whatever. Like I said, I feel like with certain things with cheating, like I can understand how certain things happen, but I just feel like with the whole rib thing, and then you over here talking about it would even be kind of hard to cheat these days because of whatever. Granted, it wasn't even the fact that, it's not like, I didn't want to cheat on my wife because she's so like awesome. It was more of the fact like, I can't even cheat because you could get videotaped or whatever, which I think was a point to make, because he was just like, like it's so much harder because I don't know what you're doing, I don't know if you're recording, I don't know if you're taking a picture of me while I'm asleep, yada yada. First of all, kick these girls out after you're done. If you're trying to bust a nut and keep it moving. Like, why you gotta lay up with them? Why you gotta do all this shit?
Why
like,
not?
No,
it wouldn't make you feel human. Feel like a person. How would you feel if somebody just came, all right, Gloria, open up that pussy, bang, 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 and then walked out?
That's not the point.
That make you feel less. I mean,
listen. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about Kevin Hart, like in the type of industry and media that they're in. I feel like, if you trying to do whatever you want to do, okay, do it. Mm-hmm. Baby girl, go home.
Wow.
Take an Uber home. We don't gotta. I don't gotta treat you like Jay-Z said. Let me get back to that quote. He said something though, okay? Because I can't remember off the top of my head. You can't be treating these shorties that you fucking, with the same respect that...
Can't treat the girls that you humping with the girl with the same respect that...
You get what I'm saying. Whatever. I can't remember on the top of my head. Mark looking at me like, she fucking up this whole shit. But either way, that's what he said. So you telling me, okay, like now after we have, I gotta lay up with you because to feel a little more human? No.
But I just want to say this is all speculation that he did this though, because we can't clearly see that he did this. Like I said,
that nigga did that shit. That I could tell you he did.
I mean, listen,
he did it.
I'm blaming this on white supremacy. White men are the only ones that cheat. You never know. That person could be dressed up in blackface, walking on their knees, and trying
so they decided to color up the whole body just to play Kevin Hart.
Listen, they tried to do that with Bill Cosby, still trying to take my man down and stuff like that, but you never know.
I also think it's a point to mention too, like a lot of people was like, kind of like the same way you get them is the same way you lose them. I don't believe that.
That's stupid.
I think that's a stupid mentality because you and your boyfriend start going out whatever same way, and that nigga is spreading his dick all over the same place. It's the same shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, these people will do whatever they want to do. I don't think it really matters of how you got them or not. Mm-hmm. You know, because maybe some people, they learn from their mistakes. Maybe they were cheating and doing all this stuff in the past, but maybe they really found someone they could really, be serious for, and they toss all that stuff to the side. Like, I think people can grow and people could change ish. to a certain extent. So I don't believe in that whole like you get them, how you get them is how you lose them.
I mean, I guess we could just kind of segue into the main topic, which I guess we already started talking about, the cheating. Do you think once a cheat, always a cheat?
No, I just said, like, I feel like people could change in a sense. Like
what would make them change though? Like, what was that? Because if it's like cheating, I'm sure cheating is not hard.
It's not hard.
I mean, it takes work, but I'm sure it's not hard at all. But I don't know. Like,
do you feel like somebody wants to cheat, always to cheat?
I think it's like a drug, right? You gotta think about it. It's like doing heroin or something. I've never done it, but I'm guessing. It's like doing heroin, right? So, you get that high, that adrenaline rush or you just get that new pussy, that you're trying to get, and you still have, I guess, this woman back home that can still make you those meals. That's still your main chick per se, and I don't know. I guess over time it's just like it gets so, it's like a thrill that you just want to keep on doing. I don't know. Maybe you're just addicted to vagina. Maybe you're just addicted to vagina. I don't know.
I also think in a lot of cases that's bullshit. I think it's just there, so you just take it. I don't think it's anything about addiction.
I would say it does take a conscious decision every day to. I don't think it's that deep really to not want to cheat or want to be faithful, committed to that one person. It really shouldn't be that hard, but I guess it can be depending on the kind of work you're in, or what you do. For example, if you're someone like Kevin Hart right now, who's worth $120 million, he's hella short, but niggas can overlook that because he has a lot of money. He's funny, and this dark skinned guy from Philly and all that beer. So he could be a catch out there.
Because first of all, he's not no catch. You feel it. See, this is. From Philadelphia. It's all coming together.
Here we go.
He's from Philadelphia. The grimiest man come from Philadelphia.
Good thing I'm looking
at one. I'm looking at one. Good thing I'm right here.
Why you look at what? Mark? Why you looking at Mark?
I'm looking at you. Daddy. You really had me look over at him too for a second. Like, was I looking at him? No. So it's all coming together.
But okay, I mean, it's pretty much back to my point. Like, it's like he's this guy in the media, so he's obviously has a lot of money. That alone makes him a huge target, right? So every day you're going out to this world with women who are ready to probably have you pop a baby in them just because of that financial security, right? You have this girl who came out with this video. Obviously, she was saying that she wanted to show that he's a cheat and he's not a good man. But bitch, shut the fuck up. You wanted
that was corny too.
Like you wanted the money,
right?
That's exactly what she wanted to do. Like if you really cared, you would have sent that video straight to Nico, nobody else. Or I mean, I guess you would have put the video out and not try to get money from him for it. So this whole moral high ground you were trying to take about, I want to show him for who he really is, and about like, shut the fuck up.
So I think it goes back to because like, okay, so she's trying to show him or show the world like who he really is or whatever, as if we kind of don't have a prelude to that.
We know that he's a cheat.
Right.
We know. And I think what makes it worse is that because he's such a positive guy. He's like hustle hard, and family is the best, and wifey and shit like that, right? So it's like now because he's painted this whole positive picture, everybody's trying to look for the chink in the armor, right? Which is like
those be the worst ones.
It's the worst one.
Those are the worst ones. It's always the ones that like all about. Seem like they're all about their girl, all about their family or whatever. Are the ones that are out here doing the thing.
Maybe being ain't shit is actually the best way to go in life.
What do you mean?
Because if niggas have a very low expectation of you, doing shit is not going to make them like, oh, that's just him. It's like, think about like fucking Chris Brown, right? It's like Chris Brown. Like if he does some shit now, it's like, oh, that's fucking Chris Brown. That's the way he acts anyway. Someone like, imagine if somebody like The Rock, right, was dating this strong black woman and everything, right? He finally cheats. Niggas are gonna be like, The Rock. He's just
like LeBron.
Exactly. Actually, speaking of LeBron, what Kevin Hart should have done was hit up LeBron and find out.
Take a page out his rule book.
Like, find out who he's fucking, because there's no way you tell me LeBron hasn't cheated on Savannah.
I had this argument with somebody a while back, and they were like, "Oh, I really don't think LeBron is not doing anything." I said, "Excuse me?" I was like, "You think this man who's been in the NBA since what, like 17?"
He got drafted in 2003. He was 17 or 18 at that point.
And he's been with like the same woman this whole time. You trying to tell me?
That nigga has not dipped his dick in somebody else?
Somebody?
Bruh.
All right.
At least somebody sucked his dick somehow. Like,
but you know what it is? He probably doing it with people who got a little something to lose. You know,
and that's another point. When you're cheating, you got to cheat with somebody. That's
Let me wait. You ain't got nothing to lose. Hold up. Let me go for shorty over here. Who look like she got something to lose?
Listen, you have to go with somebody that's willing, that has a lot to lose. I'm sure Beyonce and LeBron probably fucked before. That shit can't come out.
I don't think Beyonce has, honestly.
Cheated before?
No. I don't think she has.
I mean, maybe not, but I'm sure she probably. The way she looks at LeBron. Bruh.
that looks at her eyes. You see?
Those looks.
Given the perfect opportunity.
Like, I'm sure she's probably thought about putting LeBron's dick down her throat, dog. Like,
honestly, sure. I think a lot of things, too, with people, like, who say, like, I don't know. I just feel like given an opportunity or put it in a certain circumstance, like, I feel like a lot of people will sing a different tune. That's just how I feel, personally.
In what way? How?
Like, in terms of, like, cheating. And I think it depends on, like, what kind of cheating, too, because you know how people talk about, like, emotional cheating.
I think that's probably more common, emotional cheating, like finding out, okay, you'd rather talk to this person on the phone at night, you know, rather than talk to your girl or your guy on the phone.
What would be worse for you?
I think physical cheating. I cannot imagine my girl slurping another dick.
So even if she's like in love with somebody else, you wouldn't care?
I would care to a point. I mean, at that point in time, there's no point in being together, right? It's like, okay, you might as well go. But did you suck his dick? You know, before.
So because I heard that before. So is a sucking dick? So like the
it's not a sucking dick, right? It's not
major.
That, it's because with women, right? It's like, okay, with guys, like I'm inserting into you, right? You're not coming into me, right? I don't know the way. Well, I can only speak for myself. The way I think about it is like, that's why I think.
So it's something you're doing to someone, not with someone.
Not even that. I think this is why guys are so, I guess, big on body count and shit like that. Is because this is somebody you're accepting into you, right? You take a vagina, you take a penis into you, right? You put a penis in your mouth, right? Or if you're into booty play.
Why? Yo, you're so immature.
So because it's coming into you. Mm-hmm. I think that's why guys, especially guys, are so grossed out or not, or like, how could you take that many bodies, blah, 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 right? It's weird.
It's not the same. I don't know. Is it not the pussy on your dick too?
But it's different, but you're not coming into me. Like, I'm not accepting you in my body. It's like,
okay, but I'm still on your dick.
You're on the outskirts. Though.
I'm still on your dick,
but
though.
You're on the outskirts.
I'm still on it. Like,
I don't know, but I guess patriarchy has to play a role. Whatever. We can talk about that. That's another podcast.
Sound like some misogynistic shit.
I mean, it is. But it's I think to most immature guys, or at least for me, I'm still young. I'm still immature. Whatever. I'm working on it.
You're not that young.
Okay, I'm still immature. Mm-hmm. I'm working on it. But the thought of even me thinking about my girl probably like moaning in some guy's ear, or like, "Oh, daddy," or some shit like that, or like holding the chest, or like doing some shit that's just like, yo, she was taking his dick. Like, did she moan? Like, did she say, mm?
So it's just the thought of her being like...
The thought of her enjoying it.
Oh, damn. So what if it was a poor fuck? Like, what if it was like, okay, it wasn't even that good. It was kind of trash. No, but still,
like, you still had... This nigga can still say, but I fucked your girl. I fucked your girl, though.
Damn. So don't you feel like girls feel that way, too? If a shorty comes up to them and is like, damn, like, I still fucked your nigga. Nah, like, he's over here talking about all these things and doing all these things and whatever. And it's like, nah, but I still fucked him, though.
But I think this is where, I guess, this whole thing comes, right? It's like...
That double standard.
That double standard where it's like, I think I don't want to say double standard, right? Where guys have this mentality that girls can only have sex for emotional reasons, right? And not necessarily just to have sex with somebody. Mm-hmm. So if my girl was to cheat on me, the first thing I think was that whole Lauren situation. Was I doing something wrong? Like, how long was she talking to this guy? Because I guess Lawrence. Yeah. Oh. I think we feel that there's always an emotional connection first established before girls decide to, give themselves up.
Right. So that goes back to my point of emotional cheating, though. So if you feel like, okay, like, that emotional connection has been established in order for them to do that, like, essentially, that's when it goes back to like emotional cheating. You know what I'm saying? Like you're already starting to build this bond with somebody else.
But I don't think we as men focus a lot on the emotional side of things, right? We're more so physical. Our emotional intelligence is trash. So I don't think we really focus on. I guess some men do like get jealous with, oh, why you talking to this nigga, blah blah blah, shit like that. But it kind of hurts us more if we find out that she fucked them, or or she sucked it, or she did something physical with him, even as kissing or hug the guy, right, or some shit like that, right?
Damn, a hug,
as opposed to saying, "Oh, I was talking to him on the phone, but I'm gonna stop now," right? It's like, I'd rather take that than say, "Oh, I fucked them, but I'm done fucking him now." Like, bitch, no, you already fucked him. That's your man now. But I don't know. It's weird. It's really weird.
So if something happened with you, would you expect your girl to have the same liberty in terms of like, oh, you fucked her, like that's your.
This is where it goes back to that point I was trying to make, where there's this notion amongst men that women only have sex for emotional reasons, right? Like women can't say, oh, this guy's cute, I want to fuck him right now, right? As opposed to men who are like, who could be in a relationship and married, who could love that one girl, right? But see this girl with a fat ass and be like, yeah, I just want to fuck her, and completely forget he even fucked her like a week later, all right?
Yikes.
And it's like, because we don't think that women can do the same thing, it's like, I don't see her kind of forgiving me for, I guess I can't see myself forgiving her for saying, oh, it was just a fuck, as opposed to her saying, me saying, oh, it was just a fuck. I don't know if you get my point.
I get it. I mean, I don't know. But girls be out here fucking. Like, I mean, they do. Oh, yes, like some people could really be like, okay, same thing. Like people, like I said, people don't stop being unattractive. Some people, maybe you was like out with your girls one day and like the niggas in the club with you, whatever, and y'all vibing, dancing, whatever. Maybe you just want to fuck him. I don't see how like it goes both ways, and I feel like I think it's kind of annoying like how people don't think it could go both ways, because yes, like to your point, like yes, a lot of people or women when they do cheat, it is emotional, like, but a lot of people too just want to fuck.
That's true,
and not have anything else.
But who do you think cheats more though, men or women?
In both aspects of like cheating, like physical and emotional, or are we talking strictly physical?
It's tough because I don't know. Like I said, with most men, at least for me, I don't really count emotional cheating, even though I should, because my emotional intelligence is really not where it's supposed to be. But I would say I should count.
If you're shorty over here telling another nigga that she loving all this, him and shit, you telling me that you're not gonna feel no type of way?
But see, she having like
intimate ass conversations
that's different.
with him?
That's different. That's like the I guess the extreme. That's the end result. Finally saying, oh, I love this guy. Because at that point, if you're saying that you love this guy, right? Obviously the relationship is pretty much done, but it's more so when I think about emotional cheating, it's more so like her having maybe late night phone calls or with him or him being the first one to text. With that, like, it might not bother me at first, but right now I am grown, because right now thinking about it, especially with the person I'm with, is like, that would bother me a lot if
she hitting another man's line, bruh. Y'all niggas gotta cut the shit. Like if you telling me and you chilling whatever, and y'all watching TV and you're shorty over here texting some other guy like, oh, cause he more, you not gonna feel no type of way?
I would, and funny enough, like I really don't know how I would react, because I'm very, very honestly, I'm very, very scared of me physically, and also the shit I say out of my mouth. So
physically, you gonna beat people?
No, I'm just like, that's why I check myself. Like, yo,
you say you scared of you physically, so I took that as in. If you find some shit, you gonna like react. Oh, that's what I'm saying. Let me pray right now.
I'm scared of myself physically, so Lord. I don't react. Or I kind of let shit simmer first in my head and shut up. I don't even say anything. I'm like, let me just go to my corner and think about it. But anyway, we're straying away from the point. Do you think men cheat, or who cheats more, men or women?
Okay, so I guess if we're considering both, I think in a sense, honestly, I feel like it could be even. I feel like women are better or more sneakier with their shit. Like,
shaking my head.
And I think a lot of women do end up, I guess, emotionally cheating because a lot of men, like you said, the emotional intelligence isn't there for some of y'all. So if there is somebody giving them that kind of attention and affection and stuff that they're looking for, it's very easy to get caught up in that. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, he listens to me. He does all this stuff to me. And I feel like a lot of women don't, let me not say a lot, but yeah, a lot of women don't get that from their partners, so they get that elsewhere. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like in that regard, they do. I feel like if women are cheating, they keeping that shit definitely under the wraps.
So if you, I guess to your point, if you account for emotional cheating, women cheat more than men.
Mm-hmm. But if it's physical, I think men, but I don't think women are far behind. I don't think it's a big gap.
That's interesting. I guess that makes sense though. But I think it's almost the same with all men in a sense, right? So you first see this girl that you're attracted to. She's your entire world. You listen to her, you buy her flowers. That last dollar you would go buy a meal for her, shit like that, right? So you're listening to everything she says. Over time, you guys get comfortable and you stop listening as much, which is a terrible thing. She then finds a friend at work who finds her attractive, pretty much you in the beginning, and start doing the same thing. I think it's almost like a revolving cycle. It's like, unless you meet a guy who's just like, he's all in for you, right? Mm-hmm. It's almost going to be the same cycle where, okay, now you move on to this guy. He's all for you in the beginning, chills again. Then you find another guy who listens to you more again. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, in that case, I could definitely see how women definitely cheat more than guys.
And then next thing you know, they slip up on the deck. You know, that shoulder to cry on.
A dick to ride on.
Okay. All right. So I feel like in terms of physical, I still think men do it more, but just because they can, because I think it's they kind of get away with that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. They do. It's like, okay, he cheated. And like, even like on some shit. So like, I don't know. I've been listening to like Mad Jeje lately. So I was listening to like, is that your chick? Mm-hmm. Memphis Bleak, right? And like, just some of the shit, like, you know, that woman cannot, like, in a sense, or they do, but like, so the shit that they was talking about, like, how they just fucking a girl, whatever, and then they send her back to you. Like, if a shorty was to like come out and be like, oh, I'm fucking your nigga and stuff like that, I'd be like, oh my god, you homewrecker, you over here disturbing like all the peas and yada yada yada. And I'm just like, the next
point I was gonna bring up now is the other woman responsible?
I don't know.
Okay, now this girl, knowing that Kevin Hart is married, right? Mm-hmm. She knows that. Obviously, we know Kevin is wrong, right, for doing what he did. Nobody should ever be in a position, one, to cheat on somebody you really care about, and two, to make her look crazy, mm-hmm. right? It's almost like an eye opener to the world as well.
I think, but just to make a point that I think even sometimes, like, okay, it's like cheating, all right, fine, but I think it's the point that you made her look crazy. A lot of people will, like, if it's not really out there like that, if you didn't really make them look crazy, okay, but it's the fact that you did. That's why I can't respect that little stupid ass Instagram apology. You know what I'm saying?
And I think that's like, he embarrassed the fuck out of her. But then again, it's like, you know, even if everybody doesn't know it, as long as one person knows you make your girl look crazy to one person, it's kind of bad enough. So it should really be an eye opener to people in general. Like, yo, sure, you might want to get your dick wet and all that, right, with somebody else, but this is a partner that you say you care about, and to these other women, they're laughing at her, right? Mm-hmm. So it's just something that either you stop.
I don't even laugh. Like,
or you break up and continue with the other woman, I guess.
I don't even laugh at that shit, only because, like, it really could happen to anybody. Yeah. And, like, I don't know, like, circumstances behind it. I think in terms of, is the other woman responsible? I think she could be held accountable to a certain standard, but I must still honestly always put the onus back on the person who's in a committed relationship.
Definitely. But in this case where, okay, these are all people of color, right? And I was thinking about this whole week. You have this other girl who's a person of color. You have a black man. You have this black woman, right? Obviously, we live in a supremacist society.
Oh my god!
Listen, hey, we live in a supremacist. So, in this sense, where We're trying to build this strengthen this community. We're trying to be strong. Shouldn't the other woman have some kind of responsibility to say, like, how can you be doing this to this strong black woman? You know, why would you want to put yourself in this position? Kevin, go back home to your wife.
Get the fuck out of here.
I know she got bills to pay, but still, like,
get the fuck out of here. First of all, as I always said, we always gonna serve what's in our best interest at that moment. Clearly, Kevin did. He wanted to fuck. That's what he did. She wanted to fuck. She fucked too. I think that there is some onus, some accountability factor on a woman, but I don't think as much as it is on, or not the woman, whoever is in the committed relationship. Yeah. I don't care. That's fucked up. Like, okay, you should think about it twice. But at the end of the day, if they're not in a committed relationship, I'm gonna always put the onus back on whoever is. You know what I'm saying? Mm. Because you know you're not supposed to be doing that. You don't know, like, in terms of, like, the circumstances and whatever is going on between your partner. Like, let's just say a lot of times, like you said, with the woman, like, it's emotional cheating or stuff like that. Like, clearly there was something that y'all wasn't talking about for something for her to be that far removed. So instead of investing your energy towards that, you investing it elsewhere. It's easy these days. So you see a girl, whatever, you in a party, you out on the street, it doesn't matter. It's easy to cheat. I get that. But I feel like
it takes conviction and commitment and strength to know, okay, listen, I have this shorty at home that I love so much. Let me not risk it out on this temporary pleasure.
It's hard. I'm not saying, like, it's not hard. Like, I'm not condoning it either. Like, I understand, because people are very fickle all the fucking time. Yeah, I'm gonna go to the gym. No, I'm not gonna go. I shouldn't be eating that. I'm gonna still eat that. You know, you shouldn't be eating McDonald's, but I'm gonna eat that McChicken anyway. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's so many things that people are fickle with that's why I feel like cheating is one of those things. You know what I'm saying? Like, you see a person and it happens, but I still think that you need to be committed to whoever you are dating if you know that you can't do that. Do you think
Aniko bears some responsibility with what Kevin did?
Because she was, like, in a sense dating.
I mean, because we don't know what she was going through. Maybe Kevin wanted to fuck, right? And she was like, "No, I'm pregnant," or some shit. Or Kevin, or just because what I'm trying to get at is this whole. Remember Lawrence and Issa, right? Mm-hmm. Issa was not fucking with Lawrence because he didn't have a job for this point in time, which I guess ultimately led her up to cheating with Daniel, because Lawrence wasn't the guy that I guess she fell in love with per se. Mm-hmm. We saw women also try to justify why she cheated and stuff like that. So in this case, where do you think that, I mean, I guess, yes, we know Kevin was wrong, but can we also justify if there's a good reason why he also cheated? I guess everybody's just focusing on Aniko being pregnant.
Yep.
But what if she did something else that drove Kevin to go cheat? Or his other wife drove him to go cheat? How do I feel about that? I mean, I feel like it goes back to that whole thing of I don't know why you're laughing about communication. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Is there justification? Is there justification for cheating? In any case, is there a justification for cheating?
No.
That doesn't sound too convincing. It's like,
but it happens. Honestly, I don't think it's really anything that a lot of times couldn't be a conversation. You know what I'm saying? Like, so if it's a matter of, let's just say, like in the case of like Lawrence and Issa, it was like, okay, like you was sitting on your ass for man long, like that could have been a conversation.
Yeah.
To prevent her doing what she did. Same thing with men. Like a lot of times they be like, oh, like maybe she don't want to fuck no more. She kind of let herself go, but maybe Shorty depressed. Maybe Shorty is going through some other stuff that she not really communicating with you. You know what I'm saying? So again, guys talk about that. So I think everything goes down to like communication.
It does make sense.
And if you're not talking about it, then that's how you get easily swayed. Or like, you know how guys are like, now they're like, oh, pretty much into like, I guess polygamy or polyamory.
Polygamy.
Well, either one. And it's like, no, you're not, because it works for you. But if a woman was to be like,
I'm polyamorous.
I'm polyamorous. Yeah. You know, like you kind of like the main one. I kind of want to do my thing with whatever. Oh my god,
it's an ego thing. It's an ego thing, and
that's my point. So that's what I'm saying. Like you guys don't like half the time you don't even know what y'all want. You say you want this, but the woman can't do it, or as long as it feeds into your ego, then it's cool.
I think it really does take I think a lot of people kind of downplay everything that's I guess cheating per se, or the ability to have sex with people. With social media, you post up, niggas fall in love with your fucking Instagram pictures now. Like people want to fuck you just off the fact that you're standing next to a Mercedes and have 300 likes,
and your booty is like popping out a little bit.
Just all of that. Or niggas fall in love with your tweets. All right, where like you're just funny person, niggas liking your shit. Next thing from likes hopping to DM. Next thing from DM hopping in the bed and shit like that. Right?
You done it before?
Nah, bruh. This shit like that, right? But it's because it's so accessible. Like having fucking nowadays is just so easy. It really does take that commitment on your end to say, yo, this is the person like I'd rather be with. Like I wouldn't want to lose my 100 for a 20. You know?
Yeah, and I feel like it's so easy to the point. It's kind of like
easy. It's
so easy, and I feel like it's so easy to the point that I don't know, like. You know when sometimes oversaturated, you see it too much, you're kind of like, it loses its effect.
No, I can't. It's the same point. Never loses effect,
not that loses effects, but like the chase of it, the easiness. You know what I'm saying? It's like, like you could probably hit tomorrow. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so I wonder for the men in terms of that aspect, like, does it make it any more or less thrilling? Because like, okay, I could really get like a lot of. But box when I want it.
I mean, I think it just goes back to this whole generational thing. Like I was having this conversation with somebody in the past where, because patriarchy, I guess, kind of set the tone for how everything works, right, including relationships and love and things like that. Where now it's like women were always told to stay home, men were the ones who went out and because they were stronger and this and that, they could get multiple women, they could cheat, and this has been handed down generationally, right? So it's not like women generationally have always been, I guess, held back, had always been the ones in the home, always been the one torn down for being sexually liberated, as opposed to men where it's like a great thing if you're fucking mad women. It's a big thing if you're. So because that has been passed down over time, it's then learned behavior. It's like how it's just like it's a norm, If it was the other way around, where women were the ones who were sexually liberated and men were the ones that are, I guess, in the home and reserved. It would be flipped now. Like women, somebody like Nico will probably be the one fucking, while Kevin's like, oh my gosh, why did Nico cheat on Kevin? Shit like that. So,
and imagine if Nico cheated on Kevin. Oh, it would be no fucking country.
It'd be stupid. Like, because she's not that one. It'd be dumb. The reason why it would be dumb is because she's the broke one in the relationship, right? So. That's a bad move. Like that doesn't. That's not even a smart risk to take. In this case, where if she was to break up with, they just got married anyway. If they were to get divorced,
exactly, they just got married.
She would get a major payout. But I mean, the way I feel about cheating, though, essentially is this, which makes sense to me. Is like women can get dick easier, a lot easier than men can get pussy.
You think so?
No, this is a fact. Like if I was to put a woman in this room and put a sign out and say free pussy, and put a room and put a man in the next room and say free dick, there are going to be way more men lining up for that pussy than the women for dick. And that could be, I guess it could be attributed to women always being frowned upon for being sexually liberated, whatever. It could be that, right? But the fact that it's easier for women to get dick, right? And I'm sure there are way more men who are doing better than you that try to advance at your women, right? Than broke dudes.
Wait,
right?
what? You lost me.
So let's just say both of us are dating, right? I'm just me, and there's this other guy who we're dating. This other guy who has way more money and everything. He tries to get at you, but you're so loyal because we're dating me, right? The fact that there are more men that probably are doing way better than me. Try to get at you and you turn them down, and the fact that you can also get way more dick than I can get pussy doesn't make sense for men to cheat. Because like, what's the point? You know, women can get way more dick than you can get pussy. So
niggas try it all the time, and they don't care.
I don't know. It's just weird and things like.
But I think it matters. So okay, just because we could get more dick it's nothing, because you guys treat sex like it's nothing. Like it's like, okay, I got another dick in me next. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think it really has a factor. Like, what does that really mean in the grand scheme of things?
Because it hurts. It hurts severely when you find out your girl. Like, niggas want to go on this whole, I'm a savage shit, blah, blah, blah. Like, deep down, nigga, you are dying knowing that your dick, somebody else's dick wasn't your woman, bro.
Yeah,
like,
I always find, like, the people who always say they're savages be really the sensitive, hurt ones on the low. Like, what do you get out of being a savage? Like, you just gonna go through everything, fucking everything, and not making any type of real, like, emotional connection.
It's childish. And it goes back to the whole men being bigged up for fucking mad women. You know, it's dumb. But all in all, more of the story is if you're gonna cheat, do it like LeBron James.
Honestly, that nigga is like Teflon. Like I don't know. He got that shit down to science, because I know for a fact that this nigga has done some shit, right? Mm-hmm. And I mean, not that TMZ hitting my line, like saying like, oh, we know whatever, but honestly, like, he has, right? So I don't know what he's done, who he's messed with, who he's dealt with, that they really kept like everything on the low. Mm-hmm. You know, but honestly, that's pretty commendable. I'm gonna be very sad, very, very sad if that information ever got out. Only because, and I know this sounds fucked up.
It won't.
But it's like, damn, like, he's kept it quiet for this long. It probably come out like if he ever retired, then some shit might hit the fan.
Because LeBron is eventually going to be a powerful figure. Like, even after NBA, he's probably going to end up owning a team eventually. He already has that lifetime deal with Nike, so he's like, that nigga. No, it's not happening.
Yeah. So what does that mean? That people can get caught up? People get caught up every day. Bill fucking Clinton, okay? All these politicians and shit, like, they are in pretty high position and they get caught up. They get caught up. People get caught up.
I guess so. I don't know, but fuck that. LeBron's bigger than Bill Clinton. Fuck out of here. But I don't know. At the end of the day, I think you should really just cheating is trash.
I think, like, it really honestly comes down to, like, effectively communicating. Effectively, not just even communicating, because a lot of y'all are not effectively communicating. No, like, really had them hard ass conversations about all the things that are going on. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think anything was going on for him to want to cheat, though. So I just think he's just has fame and money and but I'm talking on, like, just a general consensus. I mean, in regards to Kevin Hart, this is what I'm talking about. Like, people are just throwing it at him at this point. Tough. So it's kind of like, especially, and I also feel like too, especially if you a nigga who not really used to getting pussy, which I feel like is a lot of these people out here, and that's how they get caught the fuck up. Because if you used to a certain type of thing, you're not that pressed. Like, you're not gonna make stupid, like, mistakes and decisions and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like a lot of these times is because these men, a lot of them not used to getting pussy. If you used to getting something, you're gonna move it a completely different.
I don't think so.
Well, yeah, I do think so, because I think it's like, you now, okay, maybe you got a couple girls before, but now on the level you're at, and the fact that it's women probably that you didn't think you really get before or whatever, now they're just throwing it at you. Like, you don't even gotta work for it. Like, you're just there and they're throwing it at you. Son, you get caught up in that shit. So
I don't get pussy anyway, so it don't matter. That's probably why I'm thinking this way. My shit been dry since I was born. Never dipped my dick into anything. But
that's
anyway,
true. I believe that.
Yeah, real tragic.
Corny ass.
I've been praying. You know, hopefully one day God will deliver my prayers. But moral of the story, if you are gonna be on some real shit though, if I think that if you are going to be in a committed relationship, you should probably be in a committed relationship. You know, just be faithful to that one person. And like I said, I mean, niggas just niggas want to eat their cake and have it, essentially.
That's what it is.
They want to have a woman at home while dipping their dick in others as well. But I think when it comes down to love, you really do care about somebody, you wouldn't do that to them.
And I think, just to wrap it up kind of thing, but make another point, I think it also comes down to how much you respect the person that you're with, because niggas respect all type of other people, men, all day, and they won't cross certain lines with them out of respect. And I feel like a lot of times you just probably don't have respect. Like, you love them, but you don't respect them. And that's why, for me personally, I think respect is more important than love, because there's a lot of people or things. Yeah, a lot of people I respect that I won't even cross certain lines with them because I know how to affect the relationship. So I feel like men just don't respect the people they're with.
That's true. I'm praying for men, and I think
pray for yourself too.
I mean, I'm saved, but it does go back to I guess everybody. This whole thing where people are saying men are trash, and this is one of the reasons why, because we don't value the relationships we're in, especially if you're I guess a black man dating another black woman, because of the the struggles we have gone through. You should definitely want to uphold your black woman and respect it in the highest light you can. So if you have been doing some dumb shit in the past, it's never too late to change. Definitely want to,
You see, but that goes back to my earlier point. When you said, is a cheat always a cheater? Is a cheater always yeah. Whatever.
Yeah.
So if you're saying it's not too late to change, so essentially, if you've been cheating in the past, are you saying that okay, now you can change? So that's what you're saying.
I guess you can change. I don't know. I was just asking if you can, but yeah. No, if you know how you're at church and the pastor's making that final call after preaching. If you want to give your life to Christ, you stand up now. Come up to the altar, and we pray for you. That's pretty much what's going on. Right?
I'm praying for all you men making a dumbass excuse, and it does go back to the patriarchy and misogynistic way of culture, because men are kind of, in a sense, allowed to. It's not even, people won't even blink an eye. It's kind of like, okay, like he did it, okay, but if it's a woman, she's ostracized for that.
Yeah,
and I don't agree with that.
I think I said it's never too late to change. You should definitely think about if your girl would do that to you, or if your guy would do that to you.
They'd be like, oh, she won't, or I'll just leave her. Okay.
And other than that, just imagine the feeling that the kind of sickness you have to your stomach. So if you've been doing it, listen, this is a call. Listen to my words now and change your life for the better, guys.
Or just fuck around for a little bit and then lock it down. Like no one is forcing y'all to be in committed relationships too. That's the thing.
That's another thing. But like I said, niggas don't want to eat their cake and have it. So
damn,
can't do both.
Fuck the cake, yo. Okay, like that's it. Forget about the cake. Like you can't have it. That's it.
Yeah, more of the story, guys. Don't cheat.
Don't cheat.
If you're gonna cheat, do like LeBron. But don't cheat.
I mean, granted, I don't condone cheating. I do understand why people do it, but don't do it.
Just don't cheat. Find a way to spice things up. Talk to your partner if they're gaining weight. Let them know, hey, you're getting fat, bro. Lay off the burgers.
Right, yo, you wanna start walking with me in the morning before work? When they start making little suggestions like, oh, you wanna start walking? You like, damn, but you get a little
chunky. But yeah, I mean, definitely communicate these things and let them know, because ultimately, if this person is your rib, like Kevin Hart says, you should be able to let them know what's on your mind and be open with them. I know most times men aren't as open, and I guess,
and I think it does go back to that emotional part of it, because that has been, in a sense, suppressed in men for so long,
passed down for generations.
It is, in a sense, like y'all really do things without thinking about the emotional effects on other people.
Yeah, until it happens to us. It's like,
then it's like, oh my God, I have emotions. I feel away.
I'm a savage now. Fuck these hoes. I'm a fuck them.
Yeah, be like, hurt from fucking 5th grade. Like, Cindy kissed another man. Oh my God. But yeah, I can never. Yeah. It's like, relax. That's true, y'all always making an excuse for y'all fuck shit. That's really what it is. She gets another boy, Jake, and all of a sudden I'm a savage. That's why I can't trust women, because they're gonna do whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
it's dumb.
But I think, I think we should just we should definitely account for the other people's feelings, and if you do have those urges, because you're always gonna get urges. Like you're not a dead person.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like that's what I'm saying. It happens. Like, okay, people, they're attracted to whatever.
Exactly. You just gotta.
It happens. But I'm not.
Take your ass home. Just drink your water and go to sleep. Honestly,
you see that? You're like, damn, bro. I am ready
going to
sleep, risk it all.
Going to sleep solves 95% of the problems in life. Yo, you want to buy that cheeseburger? Listen, I'll take my ass to sleep.
Nah, because I'm gonna wake up hungry.
That money?
Like,
listen, I'm just telling you, take your ass to sleep. You worry about it in the morning.
Nah, because even if you did want to fuck, it's like, damn, yo, like he looks good as fuck. Did that magically go away after I slept? No.
But another day, we're also going to talk about how women definitely go for guys that are in relationships. But
yeah, on that note, let's end that. Maybe we'll talk about that next week.
My ass is hurting, definitely getting that natural cue.
That natural cue to wrap it up.
But yeah, guys, if you do want to cheat, I'm not stopping you. Just know that for a guy, if your girl is getting back shots, you are not going to like that. So you should probably not give them out if you're in a relationship. And for ladies, do
what you gotta do.
Wow,
that's it.
That's wild. But yeah, do your thing, I guess.
Use the hashtag #AskBothSides or at us at @AskBothSides and let us know what you think.
Yes, sir. This week's song, hopefully you guys fuck with it because I like it. It's by Falz, one of my favorite artists, Nigerian artist. It's called Jeje. Jeje is like it's pidgin for like take it easy, like Jeje, like Jeje. I don't know. It's just Jeje. But yeah, so check it out. It should be, you hear the first couple clips at the end of the podcast, as always. And also the YouTube link is in the description for the podcast, so check that out as well. We're gonna give you our social media plug and get the fuck out of here. So you can definitely find Gloria at
Nora Goddess on Twitter or Goba on Instagram.
Isn't it
Go.bah?
Yeah, Go.bah. And you can find me on Instagram and Twitter at ONVKWVRV. You can find me on Tumblr too, but that's my Tumblr. My Tumblr is just for porn.
Oh my god! Why would you even mention Tumblr?
So, I don't fucking know, but definitely want to. You can find our Spaces production on Spaces Philly. Same thing with Instagram. Just hit them up on Spaces Philly if you are about that podcast life. If you want to advertise stuff on here, hit us up. Gmail, bothsidespodcast@gmail.com. If you just want to hit us up, just hit us up. But
if you got any crazy stories about cheating or whatever, I actually kind of want to hear because I've heard some wild shit. So I just want to see,
hit us up. Let us know.
Email us.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You have anything else to say before we get out of here?
That's it.
I want to say thank you guys for listening to Both Sides Podcast. You have a great week. It's my Friday night. It's our Friday night, so we're about to go do some fuck shit. I'm about to go have fun. Got plans tonight, niggas. You have a great week. Peace. It's Both Sides Podcast.
Bye.
You got a bad guy singing. Baby, do me Leo. I beg you, do me Leo.